Introducing Haider Rafiq, CMO of OKX, to discuss the implications of a Bitcoin spot ETF approval for major exchanges, highlighting the significance of such an approval in the context of the global cryptocurrency exchange landscape.
And I've got my friend Haider Rafiq, CMO of OKX here, also joining to talk about what a Bitcoin spot ETF approval would mean for one of the largest exchanges in the world.
Explaining the multifaceted process required for ETF approval, including the 19B4 approval order and a complete prospectus, guiding viewers on how to stay informed about ETF approvals through updates and coverage.
There's a lot of things that need to happen before these things can trade on an exchange, but they don't mean they're approved. So there's two things we need for an approval. So if you're out there and you want to follow along and know exactly when these things are getting approved, you're going to see a 19B4 approval order, which obviously I'll be tweeting out and covering on Bloomberg. And then you need to see an effective or what's called a complete prospectus or S1.
Sharing personal insights and historical analysis on Bitcoin price trends, particularly around key dates. Skepticism about a significant price increase coinciding with the Bitcoin halving event.
So personally, just looking at historicals, I don't think it's going to be April 29th, Bitcoin halving occurs, and suddenly you see a price shot up.
Observing typical market behavior, where newly listed stocks often see a price increase within a few hours, highlighting the immediate impact of listing on stock prices in the market.
Mostly the behavior you see in the markets is, the stock gets listed, 3 hours, the price is going up.
Discussing the cautious investment approach of major firms like BlackRock in seeding new ventures with substantial capital. Analyzing past investment patterns and strategies of large financial institutions.
But like I said, there's this tail event where BlackRock and some of these other issues in the past, they don't necessarily like to seed with significant amounts of capital.
Exploring the strategy of firms holding capital in reserve to invest on the first day for maximum media attention. Emphasizing the importance of timing in capital allocation for gaining media coverage.
And then they might have a bunch of capital waiting in the wings, which they would much prefer to do day one because that ad gets more coverage.
Questioning the long-term sustainability and profitability of a large number of issuers in a competitive market, expressing doubts about the market's ability to support a high number of players.
I don't know if there's enough scraps for 11 different or 13 different issuers to survive over the long term and have profitable businesses.
Predicting BlackRock's success in the ETF space, while speculating Fidelity may emerge as the most popular platform. Acknowledging the uncertainty and speculative nature of these predictions.
I think BlackRock will win as an ETF, but I think Fidelity would probably be the most popular platform that's involved. Maybe I'm wrong.
Anticipating the reveal of major holders of certain assets at the end of the first quarter, due to mandatory 13F reporting standards. Expressing interest in the evolving landscape of asset ownership and reporting.
So it'll be interesting to see at the end of Q1 who are the big holders of these things, because it has to be reported because these are going to fall under 13F reporting standards.
But I do think what we've learned being at McLaren or at Formula One rather is that you get a lot of B2B relationships.
Recalling Bitcoin's price surge towards $46,000 at the start of the year, followed by a sharp decline, highlighting the volatility and rapid price fluctuations in the cryptocurrency market.
Obviously, it was pushing towards 46,000 over the January 1st and January 2nd, and then complete flush, right down to almost 40,000.
Analyzing market sentiment, suggesting that as long as the $40,000 mark holds, bullish investors remain confident, emphasizing the importance of key price thresholds in shaping investor confidence and market dynamics.
But the simple statement is if 40,000 is holding, bulls are staying comfortable.